Ugh. Now, here's the thing. When most people are trying to break 100, I mean, I guess this is with golf in general, but especially when we're trying to break 100, is their mental gives up as soon as they hit 2 bad shots. When you hit 2 bad shots and you're not breaking 100, you're basically, your hole is over because you're just giving up. Beyond that, a lot of people still do that, but to break 100, all you need to do is not give up each hole. Oh, terrible. We'll make it work. So I hit 3 bad shots in a row, but we're gonna make it work. What you have to realize is to break 100, all you have to do is just not give up. Because you can have a bunch of double bogeys and still break 100 pretty easily. And this is assuming you have enough technical skill to hit a ball and move it forward. Like, I haven't had one good strike yet on this whole hole, and I can still make par here, right? Let alone double bogey, which is all you really kind of need to break 100. But most people that I play with that don't break 100, it's all mental. Hit a few bad shots and then your hole is over. Hit a few more bad shots and your whole round is over. Ooh, oh, no spin. This is kind of a strategy and tip that most golfers can probably take with them, because the difference between breaking 100 and breaking 90 is not that big of a difference. It's just better kind of well-struck balls. But mentally, you need to not give up on both of those. As soon as you start giving up on holes, it's gonna be harder and harder to break 100. Bogeys are fine, double bogeys are fine when you're breaking 100. When you're trying to break 80, like I am, obviously you need to get some pars in there. Till then, you're all right. Because people find themselves playing an impossible game and then giving up once it gets a little bit hard. Especially when they never practice, but have the expectations to be better than they actually are. A lot of golfers, they just want to be better, they don't want to actually get better. That's a whole nother topic though. But what I'm gonna give you in this video is a little bit of strategies to kind of keep your head on straight so you can have a better round and not give up as often. So let's talk about step 1 on keeping your mental intact while playing this game. Step 1 is your expectations of actually playing the game. And that kind of starts with when you book a tee time. Are you expecting a fun round, a scoring round, or a practice round? If you're having fun, you can do whatever you want. Hit driver every single hole. If you're having a practice round, you need to get in the mindset of having practice, right? Just think, all right, let me try to experiment some. What kind of round are you kind of playing with today? Decide that as soon as you book the tee time, as soon as you wake up, as soon as you get to the course. Am I gonna actually try to score today, or am I gonna just have some fun, or am I gonna practice? If I'm going to score, I need to be focused and I need to think straight. If I'm gonna practice, great. Then I need to tell myself that mistakes don't really matter because I'm here to make mistakes and learn from it. If I'm here to have fun, use driver every single hole, do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. And you shouldn't be getting angry if you're just having a fun round, because you need to tell yourself that it doesn't matter. So getting your expectations right, first things first, is what's going to help you keep your head on a little bit more focused before you even start the round. Now, let's continue to talk about expectations. Now, your expectations need to match the reality of your golf game. If I'm expecting me to hit a fairway every single time when my fairway percentage is about 20%, it's not gonna work mentally, right? I'm gonna be more upset more of the time than I actually am, or than I actually should be, because I'm having false expectations on what I can actually do when my skill level does not match that. So I need to, when I step over the ball, whether it's a tee shot, whether it's a wedge shot, whether it's a putt, I need to have the right expectations. What do I want to do? If I'm trying to break 100, I just need to keep it in play. If I'm trying to break 80, yeah, I should probably try to really get into the fairway as far as possible, but with my skill level of, all right, how far can I hit it reliably? You want to be able to hit the shot 9 times out of 10. If I can hit the shot 9 times out of 10, hit that shot. Otherwise, those shots that you can only hit maybe 7 times out of 10, save it for the practice rounds or the fun rounds. So I get a wedge in my hand and I think, okay, if I'm having the thought that I should land it 10 feet from the pin, my expectations aren't matching my reality of what I can actually do. I have 70 yards to the pin, there's water in front of me, so I know I don't want to be short. But if my expectations are, I'm gonna hit into the water, you're probably gonna hit into the water. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. So all I wanna do is expect to get it on the green and keep my focus on getting it on the green, or at least somewhere safe. So that is on the green. It's a little long, but it's on and it's safe, and that's all we need. I don't want to be mad at that shot. I want to be happy with that. Now, those shots, and really all shots, is where you start to see a lot of YouTube golfers fall apart. You know, if you ever watch the Rick Shields video where he's trying to break 75, or you watch Micah Morris, there's any kind of competition, they're very hard on themselves and they speak very negatively to themselves once they hit a bad shot. Why? Because their expectations aren't matching what they can do, or maybe what they're doing at the time. Now, can I hit a shot from 70 yards to 10 feet? I can. Will I? Well, statistics say no. For me, I'm not a PGA Tour player, I'm not a scratch golfer, I'm not that good. So, all I need to focus on is keeping it safe and moving the ball towards the pin. That was terrible. I had the wrong club in my hand. That's me. That is on me. But I don't need to beat myself up for these mistakes because golf is hard, right? So all I need to do is think about, all right, remove the expectation, think about what do I need to do at this time? And then once I think about what I need to do at this time, I just go along with whatever the result is. Oh. If you watch an old video of mine, I did that same thing previously. Take your time, think about what do I need to do, and just do it. Remove your expectations from the equation. You can have a hope and thoughts about what you want to do. Don't expect what to do. So you need to be realistic with your expectations and think about, well, what can I do 9 times out of 10 and do that. If I can't hit a draw 9 times out of 10, why would I try to hit a draw? Now, a draw fits this shape because I got trees on the way on the left and there's water on the right, so I need to hit a draw, but I can't really comfortably hit a draw. So this is a shot where, 7 times out of 10 I'm gonna hit it. So I'm gonna try to hit it more straight in the low draw as opposed to a full draw because my expectations aren't to hit a great draw. And I hit it straight. Are we on? Uh-oh, I think I hit a tree, but I don't know. Somewhere to the left over there. Once you start getting into the mindset of expectations of my score today, right? I'm trying to break 80 this year. That's my expectations. But let's talk about, breaking 75, breaking 80, whatever it is, breaking 100. Soon as things start to go wrong, the thought that pops in is I can no longer meet my goal, meet my expectation. Right? Like that chip shot is not going to help me break 80. I mean, it's fine. It can. My putting is what's gonna need to save me here. But soon as I start thinking, okay, well, I just messed up the last few shots, last few holes, it's all downhill. All you start thinking about is what you've done wrong as opposed to what you need to do. And what you need to do to break 80 is, well, hit the ball 79 times. What I need to do to break 75 is hit the ball 74 times. From there, I need to think about, okay, all I want in my mind is what do I need to do for this shot? I hit a bad shot last time, who cares? What do I need to do this shot? How do I minimize the most mistakes as possible? That's all I want running through my head of what do I need to do right here with this shot? So how do you get your head on straight when things aren't going as expected? Well, besides telling yourself to focus on what I need to do right now, it's called PBR. I'm not talking about Pabst Blue Ribbon. I'm talking about pause, breathe, reset. I hit a bad shot, okay, pause, let out a big exhale, and then reset. What do I need to do right here? Oh, that was not what I needed to do. That was struck so well. I didn't find any of those balls, so now all I need to think about is what do I need to do here? I already paused, I already took a deep breath. Now I'm resetting. I'm focusing on this shot. Once you pause and you took a breath and you're resetting, how do you reset? What is the thought that you should have in your head next? T-box, is that the T-box for that one? Damn. The thought that you want to have in your shot next is, well, what do I need to do? And it's good to have one swing thought in your head. You don't want to clutter your head up. When you get better at golf, you can start thinking about the wind and start thinking about the lie and course management. When you're trying to break 100 and even when you're trying to break 90, all you need is one consistent swing thought in your head so you can just hit the ball well. That's all you should be thinking about is, how do I hit this ball clean? Because most of the time, people aren't hitting the ball clean. At least the people that I play with. Now me, I'm able to talk negatively out loud because I don't really internalize it. But anyway, all I need to think about is, I need to hit this probably 30 feet. What is a 30-foot putt? And hit it. Oh, hit too far. The putting has been terrible. I'm trying a new putter, so that's why. It's practice round. That was terrible. It's a practice round, so for me, it doesn't really matter right now. I'm talking to you about mental. If you were trying to break a certain score that is, I don't know, beyond 85, let's say, you already probably have every shot you need in the bag to do that. You don't really need any new shots. So what I'm thinking about when I'm standing over this shot is only one swing thought, shoulder down. That's the swing feeling that I'm thinking about right now. Shoulder down, and I'm gonna let my practice do the rest. Once you start thinking too much about what could go wrong or 10 different feelings, well, your body is going to start listening to all of those things. So I'm thinking about what could go wrong if I'm thinking about slicing it into the woods or hooking it over there. What's my body gonna do? My body's gonna think polar bear. And if I tell you don't think about polar bear is gonna pop up. If I tell you don't think about a slice is gonna pop up. So all I want is one swing thought in my head. I'm envisioning the draw, because that's the natural thing that I've been hitting lately. And I sliced it. But that's fine. That's where practice comes in. I hit it off the bottom of the club. The last thing you need when things aren't going well on the course, especially as you get better, is to be thinking about swing changes. That's the worst thing that you can possibly do. One, when you're bad at golf, swing changes aren't gonna help you because your body doesn't really have that foundation built in. Oh, come on. Well, when you're better at golf, your body knows what to do, but your mental is telling you to do different things. Your body already knows what to do, it knows how to swing, it knows how to hit it well, but your mental is blocking you from doing those things. Why? Because you're too much in your head. Me, I'm not playing well on camera right now. It's gonna be shown out to all 100 of you. And if you like these little mental health tips to get your mind better in golf, subscribe. Tell me what you wanna know to help your golf game out when it comes to thinking better. But what I'm not thinking about today is all of the negative comments that could possibly be there. Now, I don't get as much hate online as some YouTubers because really, I'm not a YouTuber, I'm just a dude. But that frees me up from thinking about what ifs. Oh, come on, you gotta hit the center of the face. What you gotta think about is, if my body is calm, my mind is calm. So practice some deep breathing. If you need to calm your body down, all you want to do is exhale longer than you inhale. So if I'm inhaling for 6 seconds, I want to exhale for 8. Inhaling for 4 seconds, exhale for 6. Oh, so swipey. We're on, so it's whatever. If you find yourself still playing bad, your mental is still in shambles, you just threw 3 clubs, let's talk about what can you do at that point. Well, I call it the 5-4-3, and I teach a lot of clients this. When you're outside, it's really good. Ask yourself, what are 5 things that I can see? I mean, there's plenty of things you can see. What are 4 things that I can hear? And then what are 3 things I can smell? By doing that, it helps you kind of reset to yourself. It's a grounding technique to bring yourself back to the here and the now, as opposed to thinking the 15 million things that you were thinking about beforehand. And hopefully, with the PBR, that helps you slow things down to physically feel a little bit better, and then you can get your mental a little bit more intact. Oh, I have not hit the center of the face once with this club. It's probably in the water. Here's what it is. The good news is you can do these breathing techniques. It's not my ball. I'm just gonna move it because I don't need to stand on the edge. Good news is you can do those breathing techniques when you're walking up to the next hole, when you're walking up to the next shot, even when you're standing over your shot. You don't need long. All you need is maybe 15 seconds to reset your mind. Beautiful draw. A little long. I think very long. No, let's hit this one just for fun. Beautiful. Long. Okay. Well, it's the wrong club. That's what you get for don't checking the numbers. Now, a lot of people are going to make mistakes with these tiny chips because they're thinking what not to do. Don't flub it. And yes, you don't want to flub it, but instead of thinking don't flub it, you want to think get it on the green. What do I need to do to get on the green? I need good contact. If I'm in a bad lie, I need to know how to play that bad lie. Otherwise, I just need clean contact. Oh, it's a little too clean, but it's out of there, right? So all I need to think about is what do I need to do as opposed to don't fuck this up. As soon as I'm thinking don't fuck this up, my body's going to think fuck it up. If I think chunk it, don't chunk it, what's the difference in my brain? The one little word, but your body doesn't know the difference. Now in this whole video, I didn't talk about anything technical. All I talked about was thinking differently. Because when you're on the golf course or when you're performing anything that you need practice on, you don't want to think, what do I need to do? You want to save that for your practice. Now I know a lot of you don't get practice, but you could practice thinking differently as well. And that's going to help you be able to break your score the next time you actually want to go have a scoring round. Especially if you're trying to break 100, thinking differently is going to help you break 100. When you're trying to break 80 like I am, well, I need some practice behind that. Oh, come on, man. I mean, it's safe, but whether it is that you're going to give a speech at your job or in class, in English class, just practice a little bit. So if you start to get anxious, you start to get worried, you start to get in your head, you could try to shut off your thoughts and just go on autopilot, and the practice will take over, I guarantee it. Your body doesn't take over when you're thinking about too many things and what to do or what not to do. Wow, skied that. Where did my tee go? So what are the big takeaways that you need to remember? The first thing is expectations. Think about your expectations for the round. Is it a scoring round? Is it a practice round? What is it that I need to do? Wow, I haven't topped the ball that hard in a long time. Another thing to remember is PBR, pause, breathe, reset. After you hit a bad shot, or even a good shot, whenever you hit a bad shot, especially, pause, don't think, don't react, take a deep breath, let out a big aggressive exhale, and then reset into what do I need to do. Keep your expectations in the realm of reality. If my thought is, what do I need to do for this next shot? Get it on the green, and I'm still 250 yards out, and I've never even broken 100 before, why would I pull out a 3-wood? It's never gonna work, right? It's only gonna set myself up for failure. So I just need to pause, breathe, reset, keep it in the realm of reality of, all right, let me just hit 150 yards and then a 100-yard shot. I can do that. Be happy with the results. Don't get into my head about too far into the expectation. If you're trying to break a score, whether it's 100, 90, 80, 75, 65, you need to be focused on, well, what is it that I need to do for this shot to help me work towards my goal? Yeah, we all know the overall goal is hit 90 shots or less, hit 75 shots or less, but I don't need to think about hole 17 when I'm on hole 3 and I just hit 2 bogeys. I need to think about, okay, I have a 50-yard wedge shot now. How do I hit this to the best of my ability? What do I need to do here? And the better you get and the lower score that you need, the more you can think about. Think about win, think about lie, think about spin. When you're trying to break 100, don't think about that. Just think about one swing thought, clean contact. That's the only thing you need to keep in your head is clean contact. Once you start playing for wind, you're gonna change the way that you swing the club, and you already don't know how to consistently swing the club.